I want to show you the card that we're making today. And then I wanted to show you 3 different samples made with the same stamp set. Okay. Okay. So this is the Gallery Blooms stamp set. This is what we're using today. It comes in a bundle that cuts out all these flowers, and it also has 2 frames. So you can nest the 2 rectangle frames together and it shows the image. This doesn't have any sentiments in it. So I'm using the Simply Said stamp set because you guys know I use it for everything, right? It's getting boring for you because I use it all the time. All right. Now, we talked last week about me showing you the card we're making first. So I'm going to show that to you. So we're using the Trio Flower. I'm using Everyday Happiness designer paper. Now, this is still in stock, but once it sells out, it'll be gone because it also features Wild Wheat, which is a retired in color. If you want this paper, make sure you get it while it's still available. And then I use Lost Lagoon, and I've got my card base of Basic Beige, which I do not use enough. Okay, let's get to making this card. So again, I've got the Basic Beige, and I'm just going to start out by gluing down the inside mat for the card. You guys, if you want the tutorial, it is, because it's not showing on this screen, it is hashtag, which is today's date, if you're wondering how those work. Okay, so now I'm going to glue down. You can see the little bit of Wild Wheat that's in this cardstock. I love it because it looks it's got like a texture to it. And I just love this checkered background. It's like halfway between Pool Party, Lost Lagoon, and Boho Blue. But I really like it. I'm putting it with Lost Lagoon because that's one of my favorite colors. And then I've got a little sentiment tag for, woo, I almost knocked my coffee over, guys. That would have been not so hot. Okay, so let me get out my sentiment, and I'm going to stamp it in Lost Lagoon ink. I just got major ink on my fingers. Ooh, I don't know how I did that. And I'm going to stamp the thank you. Am I in camera range? I need Naran here to tell me. Okay, and we are going to just stick that on there. There we go. That's a little tight over to the left, but we're going to go with it. I cut that a little bit too short. Okay, and then what I decided to do, guys, is normally I would stamp this image in black, but I wanted it really soft because all of this is really soft, which is what I was going for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it in gray granite. Crumb Cake was a little bit too dark. Basic Beige was a little bit too light, but gray granite was just perfect. And that actually is a color that I use a lot when I want just a soft stamped image. Okay. So let me make sure, hopefully I have that inked up well enough. And I'm just going to put it down on my paper. And I'm going to give a nice press, and I'm going to give it a minute to get absorbed into that paper. And there we have it. Isn't that pretty? It's light, but all of the colors, most of the colors we're using today are pretty light. I love gray granite. Yes, Marcy does too. Good. Okay, I think I'm crazy to color this whole thing on camera, but I promised you guys that I would do a card from start to finish. So now I can't look at the comments, so give me a second if you are commenting. I'm using light Lost Lagoon blends. I love using the blends for this because they're bold, but they're also, they won't be overpowered by how light the gray granite is. So just a light Oh gosh, on camera, it's hard for me not to stamp or color outside the lines. Okay, so that was light Lost Lagoon. Now I'm going to take light petal pink. I'm going to be brave and do the brush end. And I'm just going to color the entire flower. Okay, so fast and easy. Now, I will admit when I'm doing this in person, I don't go as fast because I'm guaranteed when I go this fast to go outside the lines. This is an extremely light color. I love petal pink for that reason. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with dark petal pink. And this time I'm going to try to really stay in the lines. I'm going to do the center of the flower. Now, I don't want it to get too wet because if I let it get too wet, guys, there's a chance that the gray granite will run. And we don't want that. What I did before, what will work better is if I could let this sit for a minute. Now I'm going to go back in and I should let this sit for a minute, but because I've got the light I just forgot the name of my color. Petal pink. Oh my gosh, Barb, you're having issues this morning with your brain. So honestly, guys, if you could let it dry, like even if it was just a minute in between, you're not going to take the chance of this ink bleeding. It's not going to bleed much, but just enough. There we go. Now we've got light and dark areas, which is what I wanted. And I am going to glue this down on the Lost Lagoon cardstock. Fast and easy card, guys, my middle name. But I think that there are small touches to this card that really step it up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use glue. And I'm going to lay it flat on this gorgeous gingham paper. Okay, so I love this grid because Barb can actually line something up straight. Woohoo! Okay, so there we go. I could add some Wink of Stella in here if I wanted. I don't really need it, I don't think, on this card, but I could definitely do that if I wanted. By the way, I wanted to point something out real quick. On the instructions, I said to cut this, I think, 2 1/4. On this one, I only cut it at 2. You can see that you really need that extra 1/4 of an inch, or this becomes a little bit too short. So now I know, now you know. Okay, and let's do one more. Okay. Don't you guys love quick and easy cards? There is definitely, I know Susie Custer, if you're on here, Susie, I know that you really love the stepped up Queen Bee cards. So there's so much you could do with this to step it up a little bit more if you wanted to. But we also have beginners on here. So I wanted to see, where do I want this? I think I want it right there. So I wanted to try to get it on straight, Barb. So I wanted to have a card that was pretty, but that could be, a beginner could make this card. If you don't have the blends, you can use watercolor pencils and just as coloring pencils. You could use markers too. Just be careful that you don't run that light ink. Okay, so these are what the heck are they? These are the iridescent foil gems. I love these. These are so pretty. Now remember, this is for Patty. When you're putting on gems, you want to do a triangle of 3. I like to use 3. You can obviously use more than 3, but 3 is an odd number. It's easy. You're not using a ton of them. So I'm going to try to put one here and here so that it's an elongated triangle. And if you just keep that in mind, it just makes it easier. I'm using my Take Your Pick tool because you guys know I'd be lost without it. And let me get that off of there. Let's put this one here. I'm going to do a smaller one. I need to put more putty in my take your pick tool. Let's do one there. I think I'm going to do another large one. I was going to do a small one, but I'm going to do a large one. And I'm going to put it right here. Oh, that one came off. Oh, I didn't get the glue. Okay, hold on. Let's try it again. There we go. There we go. Quick and easy card, my friends. I love these iridescent dots. Let me show them to you. Look how aren't those gorgeous? They've got that hint of gold glitter inside. Oh, they are so pretty. They're always on back order, so I am obviously not the only one that loves those, but once they're in stock, grab a pack or two. Okay, so there we have the cards. Stay tuned. I've got 3 more cards to show you. I just want to go back and check the comments. Okay, so let me show you the 3 other cards using the same stamp set. This is one of my favorites. Now, this uses the many messages. It's a brand new sentiment stamp set. I wanted this as a sympathy card. I just think this is so pretty. Again, another quick and easy card. I'm using pecan pie and then stamping it off for depth of color. Very simple card. Again, this will be on my blog eventually. This is a card that when I first made it, I wasn't really sure about it, but now it's really grown on me. This, I can't remember what paper this is. It'll be on my blog post. I think it's the Turtley Awesome, but I'm not going to swear to that. And I just did strips, and you can see it's a faux, what do you call that when you do weaving, paper weaving? It's faux, because I did, and I have in the instructions on my blog post how you do it. It's very simple. It's just a circle punch. And I know it's hard to tell, but this was colored with a light pool party, which matches the pool party. And then the leaves were done in light shaded spruce, which is the cardstock. It doesn't get much easier than that. But I thought the little strips of paper added to that card. And then, I'm going to wish I had the name of this. Oh, guys, it'll be on my blog post, I promise. But I used an embossing folder, a new embossing folder, and then I lightly sponged it with Berry Burst, which is this color. This is pretty in pink. And then these are the new ephemera pack. Aren't these cool? And I just did layered 2 together. Very easy to do. They pull off the sheet that way, by the way. They're like stickers. And then I love how the brass butterflies just really coordinate with that. Good morning, Noran. You made it. There we go. Move my camera up. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed that today, my friends. I can't imagine how I'm going to edit this video today so it can work on YouTube, but I'm going to give it a shot. So anyway, I'll be back next week with another card. I don't remember what stamp set I'm using. I'm trying to use in the beginning some different stamp sets so that you can see some of the new stamp sets that we have. And then I'll probably use like layered thoughts again or gallery blooms again or whatever, so you can see different cards. But anyway, thank you for joining me today. It means the world to me that you take a half hour or so out of your day to spend with me. And I love chatting with all of you guys. It makes my whole week. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your week and send a card to someone. There's someone out there that needs to know that someone is thinking about them. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.